right, well, we're actually going to begin on our back. And if you have a strap, have that handy, or a towel.
Okay.
That'll work too.
Okay, I'm going to mute myself now because my dog is about to start barking. So,
okay, sounds good. So once you come onto your back, go ahead and either extend the legs towards the tip top of the mat, or if you prefer, bend your knees. Separate your feet to the edges of your mat and let your knees come together. Let your hands rest either on the abdomen or to your sides, palms up or down, your choice. Feel the shoulders roll away from the ears, extend to the crown of the head. And then take a big breath in through your nose, feeling your back anchor into the ground. And exhale, open mouth, sigh, let that breath go. 2 more just like that, relaxing the shoulders, letting your back even get heavier, breathing in through the nose. Releasing that breath from the mouth. Inhaling nice and full, letting the collarbone expand and spread as the back keeps itself heavy on the mat. And then exhale, release and sigh that breath out. Take a moment here just to scan your body, whether it's from the toes up or in the opposite direction, or scan both from the top to the bottom and then the bottom to the top. Give yourself permission to acknowledge the thoughts that might enter into the mind, or even what's occurring in your body this morning. And then from there, go ahead and take your tongue, licking your lips, sealing them to one another. Begin breathing in and out of the nose. And as you begin breathing in through your nostrils and out of the nostrils, create a constriction with the back of the throat so that you can drag your breath back and forth, creating that oceanic sound. Acknowledge that the hips can release. If you need to separate your feet further, if the knees are bent, or if you want to extend your legs now or change the position you're in, give yourself that ability. Taking a big, giant breath in. Allow yourself to receive. And as you exhale, allow yourself to let go of what no longer serves your higher purpose. Taking your peace fingers, right or left hand, whichever feels better for you, press it into your chin and then gently create this double chin action. From that position, keep the head pressed into the mat. Try to leave your back anchored into the ground. Extend both arms into cactus formation. Tuck the tailbone slightly, keep pressing into your head. And as you exhale, bring those arms together. And as you inhale, open those arms, continuing to find that double chin or pressing the head back. You'll feel it through the shoulders if they're really tight, or your neck. Exhale, bring those arms together. We're just going to do this a total of 5 times. Keep the chin tucked, open those arms up, keep your back flat on the mat if possible. Exhale, bring those arms together. Inhale, open them up. Last 2. Feel your tailbone extend and reach down. Opening those arms on your inhale. And last time we'll exhale. And then last time we'll inhale and open up. Keep those arms cactus arm style. Relax the chin. And then begin to move your head from the right side of the mat to the left side of the mat. From that position, let your ear come over towards the right side of the room. Extend both the right and the left leg long. Allow the heels to come together. Walk your heels towards that top right corner. Cross that right one on top of the left. And then guide yourself towards this right edge of the room, creating a crescent shape with your left side of the body. You can hang on to a wrist if you'd like. Take a full breath in here. Release that left hip down. If your back is extremely arched, maybe allow your legs to come a little closer towards center or even your rib cage instead of forcing that crescent shape. 2 more inhales here. Relaxing that left shoulder away from your ear. And last breath in. Letting that breath go. When you're ready, your hands will slide down to your sides. Your head will neutralize, bringing your ribs back to center. Releasing that right leg from the left, walking your legs over towards center. Go ahead and take your neck, look over towards that left side. Start to walk your frame towards that left side, walking the heels as well, and then cross that left leg on top of the right. Arms reach over the head when you're ready. Grab that opposite wrist, or maybe you grab the same one, whichever feels best for you. Draw a breath in. Shoulder away from the ears. You let that breath go. Maybe even gently allow the spine to feel heavy through the belly button. If you feel the back arching, you may have gone too far, so allow yourself to ease off, back off just a tiny bit. Another big inhale here. And that exhale here. Releasing and returning the body into a neutral position. The arms slide down to the sides. Your head neutralizes. You walk your frame to center, uncrossing the legs, and then extend the toes towards the top, pointing them. And inhale, reach your arms over your head, arch your spine if you'd like. And on that exhale, bend those knees, return your back to the mat, untuck your tailbone, pull that right knee into your chest, wrap your fingers around each other, and then draw this right knee in towards your chest. Extend and straighten that left leg nice and long. Heel can hover or the heel can anchor into the mat. See if you can flex all 10 toes initially. And then maybe start to point or wiggle your ankles side to side so that you can bring some movement. Have that strap handy. And then when you're ready, you're going to release from the shin bone and you're going to take that strap, place it around the ball of the foot, and then you'll inhale, extend the leg towards the top of the mat first. So as you extend it towards the top of the mat, adjust your back, let everything feel comfortable. And then on that inhale, with your hands holding on the strap, lift that right leg up towards the sky. Feel your tailbone push down. Breathe in through your nose here. And then exhale, release and lower that strap back down, heel taps. Inhale, you'll lift that right leg back up. Feel yourself press the sole of the foot or the ball of the foot into that strap. Breathe in through your nose and release and lower your heel down to the mat. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, bring that leg back up. Again, push the foot into the strap. Allow your arms to help you resist. One more breath here. Letting that breath go, you'll gently release the heel down. And then the final time, you're going to inhale, lift it up, and then allow yourself to hold onto the strap wherever it's comfortable, allowing that elongation for your hamstring. You can still push through the back of the hammy. You can feel yourself push through the heel on this left leg. Whatever feels right for you. The angle might be 90 degrees, greater than or less than. Just find your edge and allow the tailbone to release. Maybe even wiggle your toes or point the toes out towards this right side, and then you can gently guide the toes to point towards the left side. If you feel any tingling, hopefully you don't, and if you do, it feels good. Two more inhales. Try to find one spot where you're inhaling here, whether the toes are neutral to the right or to the left. Last breath in. Letting that breath go. And you're ready, bending the knees, step your foot out of the strap. Bring that right knee towards that right side. Grab that right foot with your left hand, and then with your right hand, hang on to the thigh or hang on to the kneecap. And just gently begin to allow yourself to trace a couple of circles with the hip in one direction. And if possible, the opposite direction. The opposite direction might be a little more challenging. Pausing here, bend your left knee. And as you bend that left knee, allow this right leg or the ankle to rest on that quad. Take a breath in, lifting the sole of your foot up, thread your needle, hang on to the hamstring, or wrap your hands around that shin bone and guide that left knee in towards your body. Feel that right hip drop down. Feel that right knee reach away. Gently bring that left knee in towards your chest if it feels comfortable, as long as your tailbone hasn't curled up all the way. But if it feels nice for it to curl up, that might be a place you want to go. Allow the tail to get heavy. Continue breathing in and out. If you're holding your breath at any point, then I encourage you to find a softer edge, back off just a little bit. Last two inhales here. One more breath in. And then you'll release the bind and lower the sole of that left foot down. As you lower the sole of that left foot down, you'll cross this right leg all the way over towards the left side, maybe even dangle the leg just a tiny bit. And then on your breath in time, lift the sole of that left foot up, bring those knees in towards your body. Let your hands either rest at the kneecaps or slide them down the shin bone to the ankle or the blades of your feet and guide those knees in towards your heart. Pull or push the tailbone down. You can play with the position of your legs. So if you prefer to guide the heels and the toes up towards the ceiling, that's fine. If you prefer to guide the heels in towards your glutes and then release your knees towards the top of the mat, that's fine as well, or somewhere in between. Let yourself play with the position. We'll be here for at least another 3 to 4 inhales. You might have less if your breath is longer, or you might have more. It's up to you. One more inhale. Letting that breath go. Wherever you're at, gently release. Extend both the right and the left leg up towards the ceiling. You can hang on to your hamstrings, or you can allow yourself to massage around the hamstrings and the glutes. And then when you're ready, exhale, bend both knees in towards your body. Lift your head off the mat. You can separate those legs a little bit or wrap your hands around the hamstrings as you lift the head and tuck the chin towards the chest for a little elongation. On your next breath in, opening up, lowering your head down to the mat, let the feet rest down on the ground. Windshield wiper your legs from right side to left side. Go ahead and release your legs now towards that left side. And let your right hand rest somewhere on this left thigh or left hip. Let it get heavy. One breath in and that breath out. And then on your time, return the soles of the feet to the mat, knees up towards the sky, and switch it out to that opposite side. Let your left hand come towards this right hip. Relax that right knee. And then inhale, we'll come back to center. As we return to center, release the tailbone. You can heel toe your feet back towards one another. As you draw your next breath in, you'll extend and lift that left leg up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee into your chest. Wrap your hands around the hamstring. And then extend that right leg nice and long. Heel either on the mat or hovering. Flexing all 10 toes. Feeling your left side release. Couple of circles now if you'd like with the ankle, or even pointing and flexing the toes. Up to you. Take a breath in. Let that breath go. One more breath in. And breath out. Now, if you have that strap, you're going to once more grab your strap or your towel. Place it around the ball of that left foot. And you'll inhale, extend that left leg up. Once you extend that left leg up, you're going to draw a breath in. And then you're going to release that heel down towards the ground. So you're going to let the hand slide down the strap. Pause there. Take a breath in. Lift that leg up. Feel yourself push the foot into the strap. Feel your arms resist as you pull down towards your body. The tailbone releases down. One inhale here. Breath out here. Inhale, you'll open and release the heel. Tap it to the ground. Let the breath go. Inhale, lift that leg up. Bring it to your position of comfort. Exhale, press the ball of the foot into the strap. Breathe once more here. Let that breath go. Inhale, begin to release the heel back down towards the ground. Let your breath go. And then inhale, lift it up. As you lift it up, press the ball of the foot into the strap. Flex the toes if you'd like. Send the tailbone away. Finalize that inhale and that exhale here. Letting that breath go. Inhale, lower the heel down to the ground. Last time. Bring it back up. This time as you bring it back up, find where you'd like to keep that leg, and then maybe begin to play with the position of your toes and your heel. You can point the toes to the right side, feeling that stretch through the outside edge of your tibialis, or you can turn the toes out towards the left side and you might feel that length through the calf portion of your body. Or you can stay neutral, your choice. Let yourself find a position now with the foot, whether it's neutral or right side or left side. And then stay here for 2 more inhales. A breath in. One more inhale. And then you'll release. Once you release, go ahead and bend your right leg. Let the sole of that right foot rest. Bend that left knee. As you bend that left knee, step your foot out of the strap. Grab onto your foot with that right hand. Take your left hand on that outside edge of your left thigh and maybe trace a few circles in one direction. Again, one direction is more difficult. And then pause here. Rest the ankle onto the quad. Once you rest the ankle onto the quad, inhale, lift that right leg off the ground. Adjust your position if you need to, whether it's sliding the heel closer to the hip point or closer towards the knee, but not on the kneecap. And then interlacing. Once you've interlaced, try to release that left tailbone down. Flex all 10 toes if you'd like. Feel your collarbone spread nice and wide. If you'd like to try that chin position once more, you can take a little bit of pressure into your head, tucking the chin, feeling that double chin. It might release some of the area through your neck. And then find yourself soft. You're here 2 more inhales. Last breath in here. When you're ready, gently begin to release. As you release, lowering the sole of your right foot down, cross this left leg all the way over towards that right side. Any adjustments necessary, take them. And then the knees come in towards your chest. Hands either on the kneecaps or sliding down the shin bone or even to the blade of your little toes. Knees can come in towards the heart, heels into the hips, or the opposite. Find where it feels best for you. Letting yourself breathe here. 3 more inhales and exhales. Last one in. And when you're ready, you'll release, extend those legs up towards the ceiling. And as those legs come up towards the ceiling, you'll exhale, bend those knees in towards your armpits. Take your shoulders and your arms through the inner portion or mid-center and grab the blades of your feet for a little happy baby. You can rock side to side if it feels comfortable for you, or you can stay still. If you'd like, you can bring the soles of the feet together, allowing the tailbone to roll down, using your elbows at the back of the arms to open the thighs up a little bit more, finding that length for the inner thighs. Whatever feels good for you. If you prefer to extend the legs out like a giant V, you can take that route as well. Let yourself inhale once more here. Letting go of the legs, letting go of the breath. Grab that strap once more and then step your right and that left foot into the strap and extend those legs up towards the ceiling. Hang on to the strap wherever it's comfortable for you, so you can anchor the back of the arms into the mat, or if you prefer, your elbows can lift up and your arms can be straight. Step your feet maybe 2 fists apart and then flex those toes. Push the tailbone down, and as you inhale, lift your head up. As you lift that head up, you're looking either at your kneecaps or towards your belly button. Inhale, begin to release, lower the back down, press the head into the mat. Inhale, we lift up once more. Exhale, take the chin towards the chest, look at the navel. Releasing on that inhale, the head comes down. Once more, you can double chin it. Lifting up for the final time. Draw the navel towards the spine, take the chin towards the chest, look at your belly button if you can. And then releasing, lowering your head down. On your breath and time, step your feet out of the strap. Allow yourself to wrap those arms anywhere. Give yourself a nice little hug. And then lower your feet down to the mat, windshield wiper from right side to left side. And on your time, you'll roll over so that you can come onto all fours or hands and knees. As you make your way onto hands and knees, wiggle your hips from one side of the room to the opposite side of the room. Let your head sway or swing if you'd like. Pause anywhere that it feels appropriate for you, for your body, for its needs. And then come back to center. Working your way into child's pose, you'll bring your big toes together. You'll slip the hips towards the heels. The knees can be as wide as you'd like or narrow if you prefer. And then you'll let your chest rest down as you slide your palms forward. Release the space between your eyebrows down on the mat. And if it's not touching, if it's hovering, then stack your hands instead or stack your fists so that you do have a place to rest your head. From that position, breathe in through your nose. Maybe allow your back to dome like a turtle shell. And as you exhale, feel yourself retract the shoulders from the ears and even from the scapula. 2 more inhales where you're at. Don't force the hips towards the heels, but definitely let gravity drop and pull you back and down. 1 more inhale here. Letting that breath go. As you take your next breath in, palms press into the mat, you'll lift your body up, sliding forward, knees come together, tuck the toes under. As the toes come under, wiggle the hips side to side last time. Pausing here, we'll inhale, slide the hips back first, and then we'll take that breath in towards that top right corner, sweep it to the left in a figure 8 motion. Take it to that back right corner, slide it to the left. You can go as fast as you'd like or as slow as you prefer. You may notice a little bit of extension through the shoulders, the hip. You might even find something you weren't aware of. So just kind of be mindful of how you're moving your body. If there's a particular area that you enjoy and you want to slide back and forth, then know that you can. Finalizing maybe 1 or 2 more circles or figure 8s in this direction. We're going to switch it to the opposite side. So when you're ready, take your hips back and then inhale, bring your chest and your head towards that top left corner, around towards that right. One position is always a little more sticky than the other, or perhaps our mind is just more fluid in one direction versus the other. So just acknowledge what's going on, whether it's the hips, the wrist, or a combo of both. Couple more. When you're ready, go ahead and find that stillness. As you find that stillness, stack on all 4 so that your shoulders are in line with your wrist and your hips and knees are in line with one another. Curl your toes under, slide the weight of the body back, maybe lift your kneecaps a 1/2 inch and then drop them back down. Breathe in and look forward, pull your shoulders away from your ears and knit your ribs together. On your next breath in, you'll lift up a little bit, and as you exhale, slide the little pinky toes out to the edges of the mat. Inhale, you can stay there or you can roll your big toes back in to stretch the bottom of your feet. 2 more times, either the toes roll out or they're already there. You'll inhale, work the toes back in, and last time, roll it out. Inhale, roll in, and as you roll in, slide the weight of the body forward, lift your feet off your mat, take a few circles with your ankles if it feels okay, and you can even pat the top of the feet into the mat if that feels good for circulation. Lift your right hand when you're ready off the mat and take a few circles in one direction and then the opposite direction. Then place the back of your hand down on the mat to where your thumb points towards this left edge. Bend the elbow a tiny bit and then slide your weight back. As you slide that weight back, you're going to feel that link through the forearm, possibly the wrist. And then you have a few options. You can stay here or you can take mini circles in one direction and you'll switch it out when you're ready. Or if you prefer, around 2 or 3 of cat-cows, just finding that release. Fingers can stay long, or you can curl those fingers towards your thumb, or you can find just gentle movement. Make sure you're not hyperextending the wrist or any area on the arm. Finalize wherever you're at, and then inhale, release. As you release, lift that right hand a few circles again. This time, spin your palm where it's down, but the thumb points out towards the right edge, and your fingertips grip into the mat. Bend that right elbow once more, slide the weight of the body back. You might want to lift the heel of the hand a tiny bit, and then you can release the heel of the hand back down. You can do this 2 more times unless you desire more or less. Releasing on your next breath, and then you'll return that right hand down and we'll repeat on that left. So left hand lifts up a few circles, back of the hand down on the mat. Bend the elbow, shift back, circles, cat cow, stillness, long fingers or curling the fingers towards the thumb. Switch the direction if you haven't already switched your circle direction, if that's the route you took. And then returning back to center. As you return to center, release. And this time, palm is down, but the fingers point towards the kneecap and the thumb points out towards that left edge. Bend the elbow, slide back. Inhale, you can slide forward. You can do this 2 more times, or if you just want to stay back, then that's okay too. And then we'll release. Once we release, palm goes down on the mat, curling all 10 toes under. Inhale, drop your belly down, retract your shoulders. So let the chest drop down, feel that retraction of your shoulders, and then pull the shoulder heads back. Curl that tailbone up. So if you've tucked the navel in towards the spine, that's fine, but feel yourself push the belly down further towards the mat. Then lift the chin and chest up as you inhale. And on your exhale, press the tops of the feet into the mat, press your fingers into the ground, and then dome your spine up, pressing out of the shoulders. Inhale for that cow pose, bend your elbows, take your time here. We usually move really fluid, but today let yourself inhale and exhale here. And only when you're ready, you'll exhale, dome it back up. You can stay here for that breath in and that breath out, maybe kind of looking to the armpits. And then you'll take that inhale, cow pose once more, staying here if you'd like, or moving more fluid if you prefer. Exhale when you're ready to dome your spine, to cat it up. And then inhale, neutralize. As you neutralize, keep those legs like you're on railroad tracks. Send the hips back, and we're taking 3 rounds of roller coaster cat cows. So on an inhale, dip the chin, the chest down, let the elbows anchor if you'd like, lift it up. On that exhale, dome your spine, looking towards your kneecaps, slide your hips back 2 more times. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take it back. And last time, inhale, we rise up. And we'll exhale, take it back. On our next breath in, we'll come into a neutral spine. And as we come into that neutral spine, you'll curl your right toes under and inhale, lift that left leg up. Slide back 2 to 3 inches, drop the ball of the foot down onto the mat, hug that left hip forward, look at your kneecaps or your belly button, and then press through the heel on this left foot. As you engage this left glute, you might notice link through your hamstring, your calf, hip flexor. Breathe in. Let that breath go. On your next inhale, look to the top of your mat, slide back the few inches that you slid, and then lift this left leg, cross it over towards the right side, squeeze your thighs, press the top of your right foot into the mat, and then exhale, look over that right shoulder, pressing your left hip over towards that left edge of the room. Draw the breath in through the side body, relax the shoulders as best as you can. One last breath here, letting that breath go. Then inhale, keep your legs the way they are, but look to the top of the mat. Bend that left knee behind your right. Walk your knees if you need to the middle of the mat, and then extend the blades of your legs or your feet out towards the edges. Allow yourself to exhale and slide back. Once you slide back, your right knee will lift up, and that's fine. Adjust the knee so that they're in line with your sternum. Bow your chest down, maybe let your chin come towards the kneecaps, or if you prefer, look forward. Your elbows can also anchor down. If you have pillows or something you can rest your forehead on, you can grab that and let yourself rest there. If you prefer to rest your head on something and then hold on to the blades of your feet, that's perfect as well. You do have a little pressure point on that right outside edge of your leg. It's about 1 inch to maybe 2 inches from the bone. And if your left knee is pressing into it, you might notice a little sensation. If you do notice that sensation where it feels tingly, it's just pushing stagnation out. So just enjoy it. If it's too painful, then you can always move or adjust yourself. And if you're not feeling it, you might want to just move your leg a tiny bit. Stay here for 1 more breath in. and that breath out. Release the block if you were resting your head on it. Palms come back down towards the mat. Looking to the top, return that right knee down to the ground. Extend that left leg directly behind you. Hook this right foot out to the right edge of the mat, and then inhale, side plank. As you come into that side plank, take your left fingertips towards the top of the mat. Press through that left blade of your foot so you can find a big giant curve. Only when you're ready, lift the arm back up. Look anywhere it feels good for you. Lift that left leg up, and then anchoring your body, either bend the knee and curl it in towards your chest to grab on, or hug the heel towards your body and then grab your ankle with that left hand. Take a full breath in here. Press the palm that's anchored into the ground so that you haven't collided or collapsed into your shoulder. One more breath in, and that breath out. On your next breath in, release, extend the arm and the leg, and as you exhale, drop the blade of that right left foot down. Spin your left hand around, rotate the hips, and only when it feels right for you, slide this left leg out towards the left side, bring that left foot back towards center, and then step it in between your right and your left thumb. From there, adjust your hips, draw a breath in, and we'll inhale, rise up for our low lunge. As we rise up for that low lunge, feel your hip points anchoring towards the back of the room, and then exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down so that you have length through the right hip flexor. Inhale, both arms reach up, and then exhale, let your palms rest on this left quad. Slide the weight of your body forward. Start to turn your head or your gaze towards your left side, and then find a little bit of a ringing out of the body. A breath in, a breath out. If you'd like to take the strap and wrap it around that right foot and curl that right heel towards your body, you're welcome to. It's a deeper sensation for that quad, but I'll leave it up to you. You can also release your right fingertips down, curl the heel in towards the body, and then extend and reach back. Again, this might be tight for you, and if it is, the strap is going to be a better option, or even hanging onto your pant leg if you're wearing pants today, or your shorts, either one. If you're not holding on, just continue to lean into the top of the mat so that you can find that release through the hip flexor as well. We're here for just 2 more inhales. 1 more breath in, and then if you are holding on to that right leg, release it. If you're still twisted, come back to center, bring both hands down to the ground, frame that front foot, curl your back toe, lift that right knee off the mat, plant the palms down, take your time as you step or slide your left foot towards the back of the room and meet the right one. March and paddle your feet out for that downward facing dog. Press your heart towards your thighs, keep lifting the heels up high. Keep pressing the hips up towards the ceiling. Breath in through the nose, breath out of the nose. On your next breath in, lift your heels, roll your vertebrae forward into a plank pose, drop down to your knees, hug your elbows in, and exhale, lower yourself completely down to the mat. If your back is tender, take those legs wide. If your back is fine, keep those thighs together. Take your hands out beyond your mat, palms pressed into the ground or fingertips cupcake, and then inhale, you'll lift up. Feel that length through your sternum from the pubic bone up through the crown of the head. Breath in through the nose here. If you have any issues with your low back, keep your body lowered down instead of lifting your ribs off the mat. Exhale, release your chest down to the ground. Inhale, lift it up. Take your right shoulder, dip it to the center, look over towards that left side of the room. If it feels okay for you, you can pull the right shoulder up, roll it back and down so that you can really get that scapula to rotate and open up for you, releasing the erectors. You'll come back to center on the inhale, and you'll repeat that on that left side. Not everybody has the same sensation, so if you didn't feel it, it's not a problem. Come back to center on the breath in, and then exhale, release yourself back down to the mat. Bring your hands back down to your breastbone. If your thighs were apart, bring the toes back together, curling them under. Inhale, plank pose onto the knees, and then exhale, child's pose, narrow legs or wide legs, your choice. Release the chest down, wiggle yourself side to side. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out of the nose. 1 more just like that. And then on your breath and your time, you'll inhale, rise up. And as you inhale and lift up, if you'd like to take a round of cat-cow, you can, or if you want to wiggle those hips side to side, you're welcome to do so. But when you're ready, knees come together, curling your right toes under, curling the left toes under. You'll lift that right leg off the mat, slide back a few inches, anchor the ball of that right foot into the ground, tuck the chin towards the chest, pull that right hip forward, and then press through that right heel. The shoulders are no longer in line with the wrist. In fact, the wrists are further towards the top of the mat. Breath in through your nose, breath out of the nose. And then inhale, we'll look to the top of the mat, slide the weight forward, cross this right leg over to the left side, top of the foot onto the ground, squeezing the thighs. We'll look over our shoulder, pressing this right hip towards that right side. Let yourself have soft shoulders. Allow yourself to have a strong core so those ribs are together like you're tying a shoe to protect your low spine. Last inhale here. Once you've released that breath, look to the top of the mat. Keep the legs the way that they are, and then begin to bend your right knee behind the left. Come to the center of the mat, spreading the blades of your feet out to the edges of the mat. You'll exhale, and then you'll release the hips back as that left knee comes up. If your glutes anchor to the ground, that's fine if it feels good for you. If they hover, that's okay as well. It's whatever feels the most beneficial for you in this moment. You know your body the best, so listen to it, honor it. Again, that little pressure point. If you don't feel it on this side, that's perfectly fine. If you want to try to find it, you can try to slide your knee either towards the outside edge, or maybe it needs to come further towards the right side. Flexing the blades of the feet if you can, trying to release as much of the weight onto the belly, onto the thighs. 1 to 2 more inhales here. Letting that breath go. After you've completed your last exhale, you'll inhale, begin to lift and rise up, return that left knee down to the ground, and we'll take side plank. So extend the right leg behind you, left toes hooked to the left edge, anchor that left palm, and then inhale, right arm goes up. Right fingertips extend for a crescent shape towards the top of the mat, and only when you're ready, extend and lift both the arm and that right leg up towards the ground. Heel towards the glute or knee towards your chest so that you can bind. If you've curled the heel in towards the body, kick that foot into your hand. Feel yourself almost bow out as the shoulder blades come together, but keep the hip flexor strong. So you're engaging your belly so that you can find that resistance and that length as well. 1 more inhale here. Letting that breath go. When you're ready, release, extend the arm and the leg. Foot goes down, hand slips back and around. Rotating the hips, slide your foot towards this right side and then step it in between the right and the left hand as you come into that low lunge. Inhale, we'll lift it all the way up. As we lift it all the way up, breath in, and exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down. And then inhale, extend and lift those arms up. Exhale, the palms come onto this right quad. Find the alignment with your femur and that knee, ankle, and your toes. And when you're ready, leaning forward, looking over towards that right side. Again, option for you to release that left hand down, curl that left heel towards your body with or without a strap. Usually if I want to bind, I have to slide back. Otherwise, I'll get a Charlie horse. So that might be the case for you too. And sometimes I just can't bind because I do get that Charlie horse feeling and I don't even attempt it. So if that's your case, make sure that you're listening to what's going on to that hamstring and not forcing it to do something it's just not really willing to or ready for. Wherever you are, you've got 2 more inhales. Try to keep this right knee in instead of the blade opening up today. So we're trying to keep that alignment and find that length through the quad or that ringing out of the belly. Finalize your last breath, and regardless of where you're at, you're releasing, and we'll come back to center. We'll frame the foot once more, curl the left toes under, lift the left knee up, palms plant down, step your right foot back, tilt the hips up for downward facing dog. March or paddle your feet out, take a breath in. Let that breath go. Hollow out your armpits. Let your back spread nice and wide. Feel the ribs come together and then just find stillness for one more inhale here. Let that breath go. And then inhale, roll forward into a plank pose. And from that plank pose, you're welcome to release to the knees. Elbows tuck in, elbows point back, lower your body all the way down. As you take your next breath in, rise up for Sphinx pose. As you slide your fingertips forward, anchor the elbows into the mat. As you anchor the elbows into the mat, draw a breath in. Let that breath go. One more breath in and breath out. As you take your next breath in, you'll pull the elbows out to the sides and then you'll exhale, lower your body down to the mat. Forehead can rest on the ground or you can stack those palms if you prefer. Bend your knees, windshield wiper your legs from side to side. And then extending your legs nice and long. Take your left arm out towards that left edge of the mat. Bring your left ear down to the ground. Press that right palm by your breastbone. And then begin to roll yourself over towards that left side as you stack on that left hip. You're welcome to lift the right leg up. Step that right foot behind you. So you step that right foot behind you. We're releasing the pecs. If you feel like letting the back of the hand rest on the mat, it's a slight internal rotation of the shoulder, and you might feel it more on the scapula or the erectors, and that's your choice. But if your pecs are really tight, press the palm into the mat instead. You can still get into that scapula and the erectors, just maybe not as intense. One more breath here. If it feels too good to move, allow yourself to stay. But if you're ready to release, stacking the legs, rotate on your belly. Once you rotate on your belly, slide your arm back. Any movement that you need, maybe a sphinx, a baby cobra, maybe even a round of cat-cows, take that and then return yourself back down to the mat. Right ear down on the mat, right arm extends out towards that right side. Press yourself as you rock onto your right blade or right side of your body. Make all those same adjustments that you did for that left side. Stepping the foot back, playing with the position of where the palm is. You may have more range of motion on one side versus the other. You're here just another 2 inhales. You'll begin to release. Let fingertips down to the mat if they're not already there. Stack the legs, rotate your abdomen onto the mat, sliding this right arm forward, either bending the knees, Sphinx pose, cat-cows, whatever feels right for you. All on your breath and time, we are all going to rise up onto hands and knees. And from hands and knees, breathe in through the nose and drop that belly down for a round of cow. Exhale, dome your spine, cat it up. One more if you'd like it. Finalize that last one. And then we're returning down onto our back. So when you're ready, let yourself come onto your back. An option here to come to the edge of your couch or come to the edge of a wall and then allow one side of your body to reside there. And then from there, lowering your back down, sliding those legs up for supported legs up the wall. This is how we'll end today. You've got just one more thing to do, and then you can rest here. If you prefer to keep the knees bent, that's fine. If you prefer to slide a pillow underneath your hips, you can. If you want a little bridge action here, you're welcome to lift the hips up and lower the hips down. You can do this a few times, or if you prefer just to stay right where you're at, that's fine too. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out of the nose. Let your body, let your mind find ease, peace, comfort, healing, whatever it may be for you. The tailbone is heavy. Your breath can now be natural, softer. On your time, if you'd like to tuck the knees in towards the armpits and either wrap your hands around your hamstrings or take a little pseudo happy baby or that full happy baby, you're welcome to do so. Releasing when you're ready, you'll drop the knees to one side, extend the arm out so that you can support and rest your head. And then you'll inhale, take your time as you guide yourself into a seated position. If you desire to stay where you're at a little longer, go ahead and stay where you're at. As you come into that seated position, draw a breath in, rise up tall, eyes can be closed or open. And as you exhale, fold yourself forward as you release the head down. To release the head down, take that gaze towards that right side, press the palms into the mat. Exhale, dome that spine. Breath in and then exhale, neutralize the gaze, bow it down, look over towards that left side now. Exhale, dome your spine up. Inhaling and then exhale, bowing it down. When you're ready, slide your hands towards your kneecaps, lift your body up, pull those shoulders up towards your ears, retract the shoulders away from the ears. And inhale when you're ready, and that exhale as you see fit. Thank you for joining me this morning. It's been an honor and a pleasure. May you have a great day and happy Sunday and a happy Easter.
Thank you. You too. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Bye.
Have a good one. See
You
you
too.
next week.
Bye.
Thanks so much.
Bye, Tina. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.